Oaks Vixen. So well done, and they'll be back again tomorrow night too. Make sure you're here in the Spotless Stadium for the fourth round of the World Championship Campcraft here. And what a great event it is. Thanks to Jimmy Kellman, thanks to all the officials down there. And Graham Barker with you very soon. In the meantime, we'll take a special message from our sponsors.
Wool handles everything Mother Nature throws at it. So what makes you think it can't handle your washing machine? Machine washable wool. Tested by nature, tested by us.
Steve. Steve. Steve.
Hi, I'm Tim from HoseLink and we're here at the show. Save 20% on no-burst hose fittings, only $30, or get a free Superjet washer with any Auto Rewind hose reel. Come and see us for great show specials. That's HoseLink at the show.
Stop the pop with a Pope Permafit connection. No leaks, no worries.
TAFE Swizzey gives you the best opportunity to gain job-ready skills.
TAFE Swizzey was my first choice because of the hands-on training.
I get a chance to practice my skills in the workplace.
To find your course, call or visit our website and get job ready today.
Well, preparation is being made for the official opening of the 2014 Sydney Royal Easter Show. Her Excellency, the Governor of New South Wales, will officially open the show. And because of weather conditions, we may be cutting out just a few things for the official opening. But we will certainly have the bands will march on. The New South Wales Motor Police will enter the arena.
They're all in alphabetical order. And then there's the show alone. Well, they're not judged till tomorrow.
And the official opening will happen from, I'm pretty sure, the balcony of the Vincent Fairfax stand because of the weather conditions. So, Her Excellency, the Governor of New South Wales, Professor Mari Bashir, ACCVO, and she will be retiring in September next year. New South Wales Premier Barry O'Farrell announced that Professor Bashir would retire after 13 years in the role on September the 26th this year. Professor Bashir has been one of the state's most loved governors, and it is with regret that he accepted her decision to stand down. She's an inspiration to everyone she meets, from children in schools, business, leaders, visiting heads of state, to those affected by natural disasters and members of our ethnic and Indigenous communities. Professor Bashir's tireless work for charity, genuine interest in all areas of the state, particularly rural and regional New South Wales, and caring nature has endeared her to all. And New South Wales is a better place for Professor Bashir's service. The next governor will have very big shoes to fill. And Professor Bashir was appointed as the 37th Governor of New South Wales on the 1st of March 2001, and her commission was due to end in February 2014. However, the Premier requested that she extend her commission until September this year, at which time she will retire. Now, she is the second longest serving Governor of New South Wales. The longest serving Governor was Roden Cutler, and he served for a period of 15 years. So our Guard of Honour, accompanied by the band, will be coming on very shortly. And the New South Wales Motor Police will also come on, and 16 members will be here to welcome the Governor. Normally she would arrive in the Calash, but because of weather conditions, a decision had to be made some time ago to whether it would go ahead or not, and the decision was made at the time that no, the Calash would not come out, but virtually everything else will happen as planned. Then, of course, following that, Angus, one of the best sights of the Royal Show will happen.
Certainly is, Graham. Yeah, the magnificent Sydney Royal Easter Show, the Grand Parade. And ladies and gentlemen, we have 22 breeds of stud beef cattle to introduce to you from all parts of the world. And there's 1,179 head that were entered this year. And also the champions, Parks, that were judged in the horses so far at the show, with the Australian stock horses and maybe some harness, the miniature ponies judged today, and also Shetland ponies, with Cronelli having enormous success.
Oh, didn't they? What?
But Parks, what a very, very special night this is, I know, for all the councillors and also the staff of with Mr. Michael Kenny, because all the work, 12 months of work. It's just sad to see the rain, but so many of the councillors, they come from all parts of New South Wales and Australia, and to all you gentlemen and your families and all the ladies that are councillors too, we do say congratulations to you all on this magnificent Sydney Royal Easter Show for 2014.
Certainly has been great so far, and of course we've still got another 11 days to go before we wind up this year's Royal Easter Show. And there's not too many events in Australia that are bigger than the Royal Easter Show.
There's not, Graham, no. And also, too, the Army personnel, and don't they do themselves proud? And also, the whole of the Defence Force really do themselves proud. Yeah,
we'll have the Army, the Navy and the Air Force as our Guard of Honour.
And it doesn't matter whether it's rain, hail or shine, they just present themselves before you. They really are. They really do you Aussies proud. They do us proud. And then, Graham, also on the Grand Parade tonight, we have a lot of the breeds that will be sashed. In fact, we have some that we'll acknowledge a lot. Some have been already judged today, ladies and gentlemen, but we haven't received the results yet of some of the breeds. We'll endeavour to bring you all those wonderful champions and the breeds. And this is it's 50 years since the Brahmans had their feature show, so it's nice to see that one of the members of the McCamley family, Matt McCamley, from up in central Queensland, from Lancefield stud, and I think he's the third generation of that family, and he's down here to judge this year. And Parks, our son-in-law, his granddad, he judged 50 years ago.
Did he really?
George Greenup, yes. So, and back in those days, they didn't have a Brahman judge. They used to have an independent judge from the other tropical breeds. Interesting how things have changed. Isn't
Yes, it certainly is. So our official party, of course, Her Excellency, the Governor, accompanied by Sir Nicholas Shahidi. We'll have the Police Commissioner, Commissioner Andrew Scipione, the Minister for Primary Industry and Small Business, Minister Katrina Hodgkinson, the President of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales, Mr Glenn Dudley, and his lovely wife Jenny, and the Chief Executive Officer of the RAS of New South Wales, Mr Michael Kenny. So it's a little bit of a shame that the weather has not been overly kind to us. But for those of you that are here, you're going to see a magnificent sight. The official opening, and then, of course, the grand parade. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's just about time now to start the official opening of the 2014 Royal Easter Show. Well, here's a tune we all know. So the Guard of Honour from the three services, the Navy leading them on, the Army and the Air Force. Magnificent New South Wales Mounted Police, who would normally have been providing the escort for the college and Her Excellency the Governor. So come on, Sydney, they're in position. Let's give them a nice big warm welcome to the Royal Easter Showgrounds, the Spotless Stadium. So, ladies and gentlemen, we now welcome the official party for the official opening of the 2014 Sydney Royal Easter Show, Her Excellency the Governor of New South Wales, the Police Commissioner, Andrew Scipione, Minister Katrina Hodgson, the Minister for Primary Industries and Small Business, Mr Glenn Dudley, the President of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales, his wife Jenny, and the Chief Executive Officer of the Royal Agricultural Society, Mr Michael Kenny. And taking the salute will be Major General Slater. So, ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency, Professor Marie Bashir, ACCVO, the Governor of New South Wales. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, the President of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales, Mr. Glenn Dudley.
Her Excellency Professor Mari Bashir, AC, CVO, Governor of New South Wales, and Sir Nicholas Shahady, AC, OBE. Major General Michael Slater, AO, DSC, CSC, Commander Forces Command. Commissioner Andrew Scipione, APM, New South Wales Commissioner of Police. The Honourable Katrina Hodgkinson, New South Wales Minister for Primary Industries and Minister for Small Business. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to commence today's proceedings, I would like to acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the Wangal people of the Eora Nation. It is upon their ancestral lands that Sydney Showground stands today. Welcome to the largest and most exciting event in the Southern Hemisphere, the Sydney Royal Easter Show. We are very excited that this year we have a Royal Easter Show. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge will be visiting the show on Good Friday. I know many of you will take the opportunity to come to the show to welcome them next Friday. Our $10 million Southey and Badgerys Pavilion is a wonderful new addition to our showground. Within this huge carpeted area, you'll be able to view the many art and craft exhibits in a relaxed and comfortable way. The space also houses our horticulture competitions and displays, which are most spectacular. This year, you will experience 14 days filled with fantastic competitions and activities that are completely unique to the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Every evening, this arena will come alive with the sounds and images of Australia in all its glory. It will be a celebration of all that we love about Australia, our breathtaking landscapes, incredible innovations, inspiring people, and our passion for sport. This entertainment program reflects what the Sydney Royal Easter Show is all about: our people, the places in which they live and work, and the diversity of our wonderful produce. Over the 14 days, 900,000 showgoers will walk through our gates. Some are competitors, many are families from rural areas, but most are Sydney-siders who come to have some fun, see the animals, meet the farmers, and learn about where their food comes from and how it is produced. Australia's 135,000 farmers are responsible for feeding and clothing us all, the 25 million people who call Australia home. They also help our economy with very valuable exports. So think about what you ate today. The farmer who grew the wheat, fruit and vegetables and reared the cattle might be sitting here in the arena with you. Look at what you're wearing. The farmer who raised the sheep, the shearer who sheared the sheep to bring us the wool, may well be working in the sheep and wool pavilion here at the show. We are all connected to the land in some way, and we are all incredibly indebted to the people who provide all of this to us. That's why it's important to celebrate the work of our agricultural families and recognise the emerging young talent that will continue our agricultural focus and heritage long into the future. Our people, our places and our produce are vitally important to Australia's growth and sustainability, and that is what the Sydney Royal Easter Show is all about. It is now with great pleasure that I invite Her Excellency Professor Marie Bashir, AC, CVO, Governor of New South Wales, to officially open this year's Sydney Royal Easter Show. Governor.
Thank you, Mr. Glenn Dudley, President of the Royal Agricultural Society. And what a joy, indeed, a great pleasure it is to join you all here this afternoon. Mrs. Dudley, the Honourable Katrina Hodgkinson, Minister for Primary Industries, Major General Michael Slater, Commander Forces Command, Mr. Matthew Coddington, New South Wales Farmer of the Year for 2013, and of course Commissioner Andrew Scipione of the New South Wales Police Force. So many distinguished guests and many friends, Australians and young people. Certainly it's a wonderful occasion, the official opening of the Royal Easter Show 2014. Indeed, this show is a world-renowned presentation of our state's, indeed our nation's incomparable agricultural excellence and our recognition of the dedication and skills of the individuals and industries who ensure this excellence. And regardless of any challenges of weather, nothing can diminish the sense of excitement and pride which the Royal Easter Show conveys. Indeed, we recall with pride that the Agricultural Society of New South Wales was established in 1822, just 9 years after the crossing of the Blue Mountains. And certainly those events paved the way for the ever-increasing prosperity and excellence of the rural efforts of our pioneers and all those who have followed. Across these past 192 years, the agricultural products of this land have contributed so significantly to Australia's prosperity, to its quiet confidence, and we may also add our commitment and our ability to assist others in need. Certainly each year, this tradition of the Sydney Royal Easter Show, this great legacy, draws countless visitors, especially our fine young Australians who participate in and enjoy these special days, representing Australia's best. In recent times, we have been alerted by the predictions of international experts that within a decade, many regions of our Earth will be facing critical issues of food supply and food security. Our great rural industry must be valued and supported more than ever by all our governments and by all the people of Australia. The world will be looking to Australia again and to those few nations bountiful in agricultural expertise to contribute to a solution. It is a challenge for Australia again to lead the way, a challenge which an energetic and visionary Australian sector, our primary industry, our farmers, our scientists will meet with that unique Australian enthusiasm and undoubted skill. On behalf of all the people of New South Wales, I want to thank and congratulate our superb Royal Agricultural Society, our farmers and all our people on the land for their priceless contribution. And it is with a deep sense of gratitude that I declare officially open the 2014 Royal Easter Show and wish you all well and wonderful years into the future. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, could we ask you to please be upstanding? And gentlemen, would you please remove your hats for the Australian National Anthem?
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our Guard of Honour are about to march off. The Army Band will also leave the arena along with the New South Wales Mounted Police. As they go off, what about giving them a nice big round of applause and thank them for their participation in the official opening of the 2014 Sydney Royal Easter Show. Come on, let's hear it for the Guard of Honour. Let's one more time say a very special thank you to the Guard of Honour from the Navy, the Army and the Air Force. very special thanks to the Australian Army Band. A big thank you and congratulations to the New South Wales Mounted Police. Well, everybody, you are about to witness one of the loveliest sights of the Royal Show, and that is the Sydney Royal Easter Show Grand Parade. And Angus Lane's with me. Angus, it's going to be a great sight.
It certainly will, Graham Barker, and it's just magnificent. I have to congratulate all the wonderful councillors and the volunteers, all those in the cattle section, the horse section, all sections of the show, because what the wonderful people here tonight and the patrons will see is something very special. And right at the very end, you might say, well, how does it all come together? Because it's
amazing, isn't it?
Amazing, isn't it?
Now, one thing we do request, and we always request this, during the Grand Parade, because we've got a large number of livestock out there, this is one time we don't want you to applaud. The only time during the show that I can think of that we don't want your applause. You're going to see a magnificent spectacle, so what we want you to do is just sit on your hands and enjoy this beautiful spectacle with all the livestock, all the prize-winning livestock, those that have been judged. There will be lots of livestock out there that don't have ribbons because they haven't been judged as yet. We're only on the third day of the show. But all these exhibits are the best of the breeds. And the exhibitors get great deal of pleasure in bringing out their prize-winning livestock for you to see.
And also, Graham, we'd just like to remind everyone too, on Monday, if you'd like to come back and enjoy the magnificent spectacle, and that is the judging of the Urquhart Trophy, and also the Breeders' Group Interbreed starting at 9 o'clock. Then we have the RAS Supreme Heifer Interbreed down the Cattle Lawns, and at 1:30 the Horden Trophy, the most prestigious cattle award, I believe, to be presented in Australia today.
It certainly is. And Angus, who's our feature breed this year?
Our feature breed is the magnificent Brahman cattle, and they've certainly made tremendous inroads into our country, and it's great to see the export markets. And President Councillor Glenn Dudley referred to agriculture before in his speech, Graham, and said of the importance. Well, the Brahmins have certainly made big inroads, and we export these magnificent cattle overseas, and please support the graziers of Australia and the farmers of Australia, particularly after the horrific time they've been suffering recently with the drought.
Been shocking, hasn't it, for certain areas?
So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, there's a very simple rule I always say, and that is every family needs a farmer, and every farmer needs a family. So please support Australian farmers.
So one thing you will notice that our green-coated stewards are just coming out here, and you'll see they're putting a few pegs in position. And that is the only thing that is used to control the Grand Parade. In front of the cattle, there'll be various councillors and chief stewards who will lead them around, and they are the turning points for the cattle breeds. Two will be put on the other side of the arena, and it's amazing just how this all evolves. Of course, we've got to get everything out on the grassed area first, then we bring them onto the trotting track, and then we have to take them off in the reverse order. The trotting track has to empty first before we can start to take livestock off the grassed area. So our green-coated stewards are very important, and they play a wonderful role here. There's a number of them. We'll see them all in the Grand Parade doing little jobs, and these people are experts with livestock, and they are invited to come here to the Sydney Royal. You don't apply for this job, you get an invitation to come along and be a green coat at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. So very shortly our ringmaster will appear.
Yes, he'll be a very proud man when he meets Councillor Bill Picken. And
Graham, second year, isn't it?
It is.
As ringmaster.
You know, Her Excellency Professor Murray Bashir, AC, CVO, there's a very, was honoured early in the week, and I heard with, after the wonderful contribution that she's made to New South Wales over so many years, was awarded with Honorary Councillor of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. Isn't that wonderful?
Isn't that wonderful? I'm sure she'll be very pleased to receive it.
And Sir Nicholas Shahady, nice to see you, sir. And he was a great footballer, Graham. He loved his
wasn't he?
rugby union. He
Yes.
was, I think, 7 caps for Australia. So it's wonderful to see you here, sir, tonight too.
So our green coats starting to form up and assemble.
I know what a very proud moment it is too for
Here's our
The president.
ringmaster, Mr. Bill Picken.
Mr. Glenn Dudley too. Thanks, Parks.
And Mr. Picken is ringmaster, and it's his responsibility to run this magnificent oval here at the Sydney Showgrounds. And the buck stops on his desk. He is responsible for everything that happens here on the ring. Now he is carrying a crop, and that has been handed down from ringmaster to ringmaster over quite a long period of time. And Mr. Picken, Councillor Picken, is going up to salute Her Excellency. And on the salute, that will be the signal for us to introduce the Royal Easter Show Grand Parade for 2014. This is the very first. So all you lucky people are going to be the first to see a Grand Parade this year. So there is the salute, and that is a signal for us. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales takes pride and pleasure in presenting the Royal Easter Show Grand Parade. Now don't forget, we asked you before, please sit on the hands, just enjoy a magnificent spectacle. The livestock will come on from a number of different areas. We'll have the cattle coming on over here, and the horses will come from the end of the big grandstand over near the wonderful big screen.
And I just noted too that our ringmaster, Councillor Bill Picken, has just given the signal for the gates to open up and for the commencement of the Grand Parade. Isn't that wonderful? And ladies and gentlemen, we do salute too and say congratulations to all the wonderful green coat mounted stewards that are invited guests, invited to be part of this Royal Easter Show each year, and they certainly do themselves proud as well. So, Graham Barker, what a great moment.
As we welcome in the first of the exhibits for our fabulous Grand Parade.
Do you want to go to the fanfare again? Bill thought the fanfare was for him. He was saluting us as he went out to say thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the first of our exhibits starting to make their way out onto the oval. So representing the sporting section, the rodeo section, we have the visitors from New Zealand, the rodeo team from New Zealand. They're competing in an international challenge against Australia. At the moment, after 2 rounds of competition, it's 1 to Australia, 1 to New Zealand. We've got 2 more rounds to go before the international series is concluded.
It's just
So
lovely to
following
see.
them, there's some of our camp drafters, Angus.
They are, and ladies and gentlemen, we had a magnificent World Cup, or the World Championships, in fact, not the World Cup, World Championship camp draft that's happened over the last 3 days, and just unbelievable. Mark Palmer, what a great Australian. He lives in New South Wales, and incredible scores up in the 90s for the 3 nights. So it's just been wonderful to see camp drafting, Australia's own sport, as part of this magnificent Sydney Royal Easter Show.
So they will form up in the centre of the arena. Out on the trotting track, or out on the track, we will have some harness exhibits, and a lot of this will bring back a lot of memories, heritage,
And Graham,
Australia's history.
just looking down there, a lot of Australian stock horses too, and we had enormous, the wonderful events today. And with congratulations to those, I think that's the James Angus Memorial Australian Stock Horse turnout. That's the Lawrence family and Cedar Downs Limited Edition. And the Australian Stock Horse Society, girls and boys, they have their headquarters at Scone, New South Wales, and it all began in 1971.
And we've got the show jumpers coming out, Angus, and of course this year is a very special year in show jumping because we have, for the Group A Section 1 horses, their events, the total prize money is $60,000. And there's a very good reason for that because we have been granted a Class 2 event here at the show. That means that the riders that win classes will get points on the world stage. So show jumping always very strong here at the Sydney Royal, and to get a Class 2 event is something really special. So show jumping always very strong, and if we look out in the ring we can see a number of the horses with ribbons around their neck. If it's around the horse, it is the horse that has won. If it's over the shoulder of the rider, it is the rider that has won the award.
And Graham, just going over in front of the Sinclair stand, we have those magnificent heavy horses and the lorries there, and I can see there New York Coffee is the second vehicle, and we have a pair there, I think, out in the front, and a pair second, and then we have the magnificent harness, the gigs, the Viceroys, the Shetland ponies, and those that have been, we've got the miniature pony, which was judged today too, and what a magnificent sight. So congratulations to them all. Well, Bucks, down here too, we welcome in the alpacas. And the alpacas, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, the first imported to Australia from South America in 1860. They were a feature exhibit at the Royal Exhibition in 1879, but numbers then only small. And in fact, all died out over the following 10 years. In the modern industry, based on initial importation from Chile in 1988, shown at Sydney Royal since 1991. Currently estimated there's 250,000 alpacas in Australia and farmed in every state of the Commonwealth. Over 2,000 registered pedigrees. They share the ancestry with camels, with which they share many similarities. So it's just wonderful to see. They call them the fibre of the gods, and it's great to see them down here, Bucks. It looks like we've got a different bullock team down here too, Mr. Barker, right in front of us. Looks like the sheep being represented.
Yes, the sheep being led on. Angus, there's something I must point out. The grey horse on the single lorry that came out first before, there was actually a shearer on the back of that with a sheep in position. He's using hand shears.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
We're going up in front of Her Excellency and our invited guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome the Brahman cattle. They're the feature breed, just going up in front of you now. And the Brahmans like to be known as quality beef efficiently produced. They're drought-proof, your bank account. They originated in the USA, and the initial involvement of the Australian Brahmans began in Queensland, north of the Tropic of Capricorn. Today, the breed influence covers Australia and studs commercial live cattle exports to overseas countries. And our judge was Matthew McCamley, and Matthew is from Delulu in Queensland. Congratulations to Brett Nobbs from Nobbs Cattle Company at Juringa in Queensland, outside Rockhampton. The best exhibit, the Grand and Senior Champion Bull, was NCC Santoro 2026. He also won the Junior Champion Bull, the Reserve Junior Champion Female, and Terry Connor from Rockhampton won the Reserve Senior Champion Bull. And the Olive family from Kingaroy, the Grand and Senior Champion Female, was Olive Lady Adelaide 407. They also won the Reserve Junior Champion Bull. And Roger Jeffries and his lovely wife, and the Jeffries at Kingaroy, the Reserve Senior Champion Female, and Cranham Brahman stud from Terry in Queensland. Graham, that's right up in central Queensland, the mining area. They won the Junior Champion Female, Cranham Miss Edwina 1465. And they've come from all parts, right up nearly to the tip of North Queensland to show here for the 50th. It's 50 years since the Brahmans were here as a feature show, so they made a great effort to have, I think it's about approximately 140 head, Graham, this year, being shown this year.
Isn't that marvellous? Angus, down here, just about to turn the corner in front of the end of the stand, is the Devon breed. And it's one of the oldest British breeds of beef cattle. It first came to Tasmania in the early 1800s. By the 1870s, the Devons were established through New South Wales and Queensland. In 1935, the Devon Cattle Breeders Society of Australia was formed. have a red coat and are free from eye cancer and have a tolerance to bloat. Our judge was Donna Robson from Adelong in New South Wales. There were 33 head of Devon cattle shown. And Mark Coombs from Gloucester exhibited the best exhibit and grand and senior champion bull, the reserve junior champion bull, the reserve senior champion female and the junior champion female. Gibson Family Farm from New South Wales, the reserve senior champion bull and the junior champion bull. Malcolm Wood from Bulladila, the grand and senior champion female and the reserve and junior champion female.
Well, Graham, we have a magnificent lineup of Australian lowlines over the far side in front of the Martin and Angus stand. I think you have some results there to recognise.
The descendant from the Angus, the genetically miniature breed, was first developed in 1974 at the Trangie Research Station in New South Wales, but were only released into the industry in 1992. The lowline are unique in their own right. The main difference is in size. Our judge was Crystal Ridley from Condobolin in New South Wales. 27 head in the Australian lowlines.
Well, gentlemen, they're just waiting for the rest of the cattle to come in. What a magnificent lineup! And Graham, just out entering the arena now are the Gentle Giants, the magnificent Clydesdales.
It's an Angus I saw, and they're going around now. They're coming around towards the Vincent Fairfax stand. The Clydesdales under the saddle.
Isn't that wonderful? And we also just have going up in front of our official guests tonight too. We have a wonderful lineup of dairy goats too, ladies and gentlemen. And they've been sashed as well. So congratulations. Looks like the Sanines have been very much to the fore and coming out for the Grand Parade tonight.
And of course, the dairy goats came to Australia with the first fleet.
That's right.
And they were on the fleet to provide milk for the crew. And because of their size, they didn't require a great deal of space on the vessels, and nor did they require a lot of fodder.
So, in fact, all the other breeds are represented there too, I think, Graham. So congratulations to all those dairy goat exhibitors at the show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as they make their way in too, just making their way in, Graham, down here is a very interesting breed. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a Speckled Park. You'll just notice them going up in front of the member stand now. And the Speckled Park, they came from Canada. And they like to be known as a balanced breed with a colour bonus, simple as black and white. The Speckled Park cattle have an intriguing colour pattern, quiet disposition, softness, amazing thickness. In 1959, Eileen and Bill Lamont of Maidenstone, Saskatchewan and Canada, they purchased the first speckled heifer from Mary Lindsay in Saskatchewan. Now, they didn't realise the wheels they had set in motion. And the Lamonts were breeders of Appaloosa horses, bucks, and they thought that the colouring of the Speckled Park really fitted with their Appaloosa horses. Our judge was Lester Job from Cumnock. We have a total of 35 head this year, and it's all part of the 22 breeds and 1,176 head. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Speckled Park just going up in front of our council stand.
Thanks. The Red Angus are just down here in front of us, and the Red Angus from Scotland. And their motto is real advantages. Red Angus have a most unique and interesting colour. It can be best described as a golden red. More than 100 years ago, Aberdeen Angus breeders had red, black and grey cattle in their herds. In 1970, there were enough Red Angus herds to form a breed society. And Red Angus are a pole breed, which means they are naturally hornless. 54 head of cattle were presented before the judge Donna Robson from Adelong in New South Wales. Peter Wise, proprietor limited from Mar Rulan here in New South Wales, had the best exhibit, Grand and Junior Champion Bull. Power Family and T&K Johnson, the Senior Champion Bull. Gavin and Kirley Isapi from Dalby in Queensland, the Reserve Senior Champion Bull, Reserve Junior Champion Bull, Grand and Senior Champion Female. The Power Family from Cargo, the Reserve Senior Champion Female. GW and SJ Jordan from Tamworth exhibited the Junior Champion Female. And Ed Walker from Bull and Bull in Victoria, the Reserve Junior Champion Female.
Well, Buck's just going over there in front of the Cumberland stand now and the Martin and Angus stand. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the magnificent Simmental. And the Simmental from the Sim Valley in Switzerland, they'd like to be known as the Profit Boosters, the crossbreeder's choice. And the Simmental is the most numerous Bos Taurus cattle breed in the world, with over 40 million head spread from Russia throughout Europe and North and South America to Africa and Australasia. The breed was introduced to Australia in 1971 as semen from New Zealand, using bloodline sourced from Europe. And since the introduction to Australia, the breed has been selected primarily on its beef traits and adaptability to different environments throughout Australia. 46 head were judged this year. Corey Ireland from Wagga Wagga, our judge, Congratulations to BST Pastoral Company from Molong, New South Wales. The best exhibit, the Grand and Junior Champion Bull, was BST Talatula, Eastlake J16. They also exhibited the Reserve Senior Champion Female. Stuart Hobbs from Molong, New South Wales, exhibited the Senior Champion Bull. LT Cooper Cattle Trust from Maruligan in New South Wales, the Reserve Junior Champion Bull. LT Cooper Cattle Trust and FW and BS Cornell of Marulan in New South Wales, the Grand and Senior Champion Female, was St Paul's Red Pear G427. Luke Adams from Londonderry, New South Wales, the Junior Champion Female, and Adam Shabras from Londonderry, the Reserve Junior Champion Female.
Thanks, Angus. And just while they're coming along here towards the Sutter stand, we have the Shetland ponies. And the Shetland ponies were all judged. We had a great parade of Shetland ponies yesterday, and they're being followed by the miniatures, and you can see the difference in the size. The Shetland ponies, it was a great show for Crenelli Pony Stud from Goulburn. He was the Supreme and Champion Shetland Pony Mare with Crenelli Yetta. The best opposite sex to the Supreme and Junior Champion Shetland Pony Colt was also exhibited by Crenelli Pony Stud. The Champion Shetland Pony Stallion was exhibited by Oakford and Reeve and Gorton of Somerville in Victoria. Reserve Champion Shetland Pony Stallion was RJ and JG Fletcher from Goulburn. Crenelli Pony Stud exhibited the Reserve Champion Shetland Pony Mare, the Junior Champion Shetland Pony Filly, and also the most successful exhibitor in the Shetland Pony-led classes. Nagiro Stud exhibited the Reserve Junior Champion Shetland Pony Filly and the Reserve Junior Champion Shetland Pony Colt. And the best ridden Shetland pony was Palinta Park Fourpence, Oakford, Reed and Gorton from Somerville in Victoria.
And Graham, also we welcome with the Shetland ponies just behind the miniature ponies. And our Supreme and Champion miniature ponies, Stallion Colt, went to Ambura, Nevada. Deirdre McFadgen from Rutherford, New South Wales, the Reserve Champion miniature ponies, Stallion Colt. Wentworth Willows Taggart, Rosemary Nettleton from Little Hartley. The Champion miniature pony Miro filly was Boulders Brass Isabel and Bianca Salt from the Oaks, who had great success last year. Reserve Champion miniature pony Miro filly, Rosalie Anna, R&L Lodge from Catherine Fields, New South Wales. The best miniature pony gelding was won by Sandbar Bobby C, Jenna Dick from Clarencetown, and I think out there also maybe the best miniature pony in harness was Moogully Farms Picasso, Moogully Farms from Gunnedah, New South Wales, who in fact have exhibited the best miniature pony harness for the last 3 years, Graham Barker. So isn't that a great result for them?
That's a wonderful achievement, isn't it?
And Barks, just in front of, coming up in front of the council stand, we have the Murray Greys, Australia's own breed, the All-Australian beef breed, the Power of Grey. And the birth of the Murray Grey was in the upper Murray River of New South Wales Victorian border, and the breed takes its name from its place of origin. In 1905, the first grey calf was born. Our judge was Roger Evans from Tamworth and D.W. and J.A. King from Inverell, New South Wales. The best exhibit, the Grand and Junior Champion Bull, was Yalampi Halifax H8. Shell D. Murray Grey Studs, Kingaroy in Queensland, the Senior Champion Bull. S.E. Johnson and M.A. Hunter from Yass, New South Wales, the Reserve Senior Champion Bull and the Reserve Junior Champion Female. Tani Manton from Glencoe, New South Wales, the Reserve Junior Champion Bull. And John and Hilda Gerety from Era and Bang, New South Wales, the Grand and Senior Champion Female was Era and Bang Leone G49. And William River Cattle Company from Glen William, New South Wales, Reserve Senior Champion Female. And Sam Reynolds from Dalgundra, New South Wales, the Junior Champion Female. So back to you, Barks.
Thanks, Angus. And just have a look at this big carriage just going around in front of us, just about to pass the entrance where the horses came on. What an unusual vehicle. But the beef shorthorn, they've just turned the corner over here in front of us. And they're a breed from England, and they want to be known as the Marblers ones. The beef shorthorn is a horned descendant of the first registered cattle brought to Australia in the 19th century. Beef shorthorns can be red, white or roan. They're versatile, being able to meet the market demands as vealers, steers or bullocks, and adaptable, being able to thrive on a wide range of pasture and climatic conditions. Erica Halliday from Walker judged the beef shorthorn. There were 12 head shown. David Ashley and grandchildren from Camberwell in Victoria. The best exhibit Grand and Junior Champion Female, the Grand and Senior Champion Bull, and the Reserve Junior Champion Female. Scott Pugh from San Remo in Victoria, the Reserve Senior Champion Bull. Leo and Fiona Swan from Lake Boga, the Junior Champion Bull. Caroline Shannon from Romsey in Victoria, the Reserve Junior Champion Bull. Scott Bruton, Lake Boga from Victoria, the Senior Champion Female. Now we're going to stop the Grand Parade in just a moment, so get your cameras out, your iPhones, and get ready to stop the parade. Now, we can only stop it for a short period of time, so get your cameras out, get your picture. We'll have to move them on pretty quickly.
And also, Bucks, Graham, ladies and gentlemen, please don't clap. Please sit on your hands, if you would, please.
Very important. Very, very important. All right, we can't hold them much longer. They'll start to get fractious. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll hear the whistle again, and that will restart the Grand Parade.
Well, Bucks, just down here in front of the members stand, we welcome the Charolais breed too. And we have the Charolais from France. They like to be known as your pot of gold, cross into profit. Charolais first developed in the 16th century in central France. They were the first European breed to enter Australia in 1969 by way of semen import from the UK. And their coat is usually white, although a few animals show a light tan colour. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our judge was Ivan Price from Yulbar in Western Queensland, out towards Roma. And Kaluna Park Stud Tamworth had the best exhibit, the Grand and Junior Champion Bull, Kaluna Park Hero. And Graham's just asked for simply the best to be brought up, ladies and gentlemen. We dedicate this to all those wonderful exhibits, don't we? And the McLean Group, Glen Quarry, New South Wales, the Senior Champion Bull was Ellie Horatius. Reserve Senior Champion Female was Ellie Preacher, G72-6E. The Reserve Junior Champion Bull was also the McLaughlin Group. Douglas Sue and Jason Saylor from Narrabri, New South Wales, the Reserve Senior Champion Bull. Chris Knox is also judging here this year, and Helen Alexander. They've had enormous success over the years from Coonabarabran. He exhibited the Grand and Senior Champion Female, Venturion Gorgeous. And JM and the Councillor Michael Milner and his family from Blaney, New South Wales, the Junior Champion Female, Rosedale Hussey, H278. And Ian and Donna Robson from Adelong, New South Wales, Reserve Junior Champion Female. Thanks, Graham.
Thanks, Angus. Other breeds of cattle that are in the Grand Parade that haven't been judged as yet, the Angus from Scotland, the breed for quality chosen for taste, and the first cattle of a breed akin to the Angus came to Australia in 1822, 1823 and were imported to Tasmania and then into the Darling Downs in 1840. The breed is now in every state of Australia. Angus are a pole breed, moderate size, renowned as a carcass breed, solid black in colour. And Lester Job has the job of judging the Angus from Cumnock, and 186 head of Angus are being shown.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we also welcome to the Sydney Royal Easter Show Grand Parade, the magnificent Santa Catrudas from Texas and the USA. Tomorrow's Beef Today, beefing up Australia. King Ranch introduced the registered purebred Santas to Australia in 1952. Their coat is a cherry red with red pigmented skin, and they are horned or polled. Our judge was Mr. Mark Kent from Dunny Junior, South Wales. There were 42 head. Yarrawonga Cattle Company from Wallumbilla. Congratulations to the Bassingwaite family. The best exhibit, the Grand and Senior Champion Female, Yarrawonga Angel. Thomas Dunlop and Harry Powell from Coolah, New South Wales. The Grand and Junior Champion Bull. Philip Pegg from New South Wales, the Senior Champion Bull. Neil Watson is a councillor here at the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales, and family exhibit the Reserve Senior Champion Bull, and that's What a Santa, Grand Boy, and the Reserve Junior Champion Bull. Dennis Moxey from Forbes, New South Wales, the Chairman, President of the Santa Association, the Reserve Senior Champion Female, and also the Junior Champion Female and the Reserve Junior Champion Female. Thanks, Graham.
Thanks, Angus. And the Belted Galloway from Scotland. Belted breed, better beef is their slogan. Originated from the same general area of Scotland as the Galloway. Belted Galloway is similar in conformation but tends to be a little larger in size. The first example of the breed arrived in Australia from New Zealand in the mid-1950s. The distinctive white belt or band extends around the middle of the entire body, and the breed is particularly hardy and thrives in colder, rough, hilly country. 15 head of cattle to be judged by Jeff House from New South Wales. The Dexter from Ireland, little breed, big demand, beefy little milkers. And they are descended from the original Irish mountain cattle. Little people of the cattle world first came to Australia in 1988, and they're just about to go off the arena. And they are the smallest cattle breed in Australia and one of the smallest in the world. We just say goodbye to our dairy goats, and we thank them. Not too long ago, they were on a rare breeds list in England, but have since built up numbers in Australia. Dexters are popular on small rural holdings. 9 head of Dexters, and Jeff Bush from Cootamundra will judge the Dexters.
Well, Jeff Bush, Graham, was the federal president of the show movement in Australia, and he certainly does himself proud, and past president of the Hereford breed as well. And ladies and gentlemen, we acknowledge too the Shorthorns, the beef that built Australia, originally from England, and that logo is not just a promotional line. Shorthorns were one of the first purebred cattle known as being imported to Australia in 1800. They have a distinctive red, white or roan colouring. Our judge Erica Halliday from New South Wales, 63 head judge, and David and Marion Spencer from York, Victoria, exhibited the best exhibit, the Grand and Junior Champion female, Barvon Mullinaw Peyton H224. Also the Reserve Senior Champion Bull, Roger and Naomi Evans from Tamworth, New South Wales. The Grand and Junior Champion Bull was Nicole Park Didi Howsat H175, and also they exhibited the Senior Champion female. Cal Rosser Anglican School, great to see the schools involved here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. From Tamworth, the Senior Champion Bull, Camilla Roy Meat Packer. Ranelli Park Shorthorn Studs from Garland, New South Wales, the Reserve Junior Champion Bull, the Reserve Junior Champion female, and Matt Ross and Belinda Emery from Dalgundra, New South Wales, the Reserve Senior Champion female. So the magnificent Shorthorns, the beef that built the beef breed that built Australia.
Thanks, Angus. The Galloway from Scotland, the oldest purebred breed in the world, originated in Scotland and has been a breed here in Australia. It's a hardy breed, most commonly found in the cold tableland and mountain areas. The hair tends to be long, soft and wavy with a mossy undercoat in cold conditions. Galloways are all polled. One of the greatest assets of the Galloway is its unique and double coat. The outside coat covers a fine mossy undercoat, and during the warm months the outside coat is shed, replenished during the winter. Graham Hopp from Willumbar will judge the Galloways. 20 heads have been entered. The Hereford from England, one breed for every need, and Andrew Greed from Ewan Quinty, here in New South Wales, will judge the 52 head of cattle in the Hereford section.
And Graham, we acknowledge the Limousin too, originally from France, the carcass breed, and the ancient breed developed in central France. They were used for draft and beef production. The first Australian calf was born in 1973, and the Limousin are rich gold colour and can be also black. And Stephen Hayward is our judge from Allora in Queensland. They have 141 head. The Lincoln Red from England, get ahead with Lincoln Red. They're also here today. They were introduced to Australia in the early colonial days from Lincolnshire in England, and the breed is recognised for its quiet temperament, excellent carcass qualities, ease of calving and suitability for crossbreeding. Our judge is Mr. Jeff Bush, and the main endure from France, the Profit Improvers. It's lovely to see them here. They came to Australia in 1972, the largest of the French breeds. And they are usually dark red with white undermarkings and patches on the body. And our judge was Mr. Tony Golding from Dardanup in Western Australia. He's come a long way to judge 16 head. Thanks, Graham.
Certainly has. And the Piedmontese from North Italy, the breed of the future. And John Manchi from Narrabri will judge the 15 heads. The Pole Hereford from America, when only the best will do. And Kelly Runza from Bogabilla in New South Wales will judge the 99 head of cattle. Red Poles from England, the cattlemen's problem solvers. And Chris Knox from Coonabarabran will judge the 25 head.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a magnificent sight of beautiful Shetland ponies and the miniature ponies, the Australian stock horses out there as well, our show-jumping riders, and just acknowledging too that the winner of the Ian Armstrong Perpetual Trophy was Cahoon Holly, exhibited by Mr. Terry Blake from Muswellbrook in New South Wales, and Loretta Lawson. Congratulations. The champion ridden Australian stock horse hack was Pemberton Major Contender, Tiffany McAllen, the Hope family, and the reserve champion was Falconers Rivoli Rendezvous with Matilda Harry and Falconers Stud from Kurrajong Heights in New South Wales. And the winner of the James Angus Memorial for the Australian Stockman's turnout. The stallion Merrill Gelding was seated at Downs Limited Edition with the Lawrence family and Graham Parker and Mr. Lawrence Angus, our former ringmaster. His son James made the presentation, and ladies and gentlemen, he was the 7th generation of the Angus family to be part of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. Isn't that unbelievable? 7 generations.
That's an incredible record. In Angus, it's estimated there are 267 different breeds of horses in the world, and there are only 2 continents in the world that equus fossils haven't been found, and they are Australia and Antarctica. So there's never been, until the settlement by whites, the white people, and from Great Britain and Europe, there were not horses on this wonderful country of ours.
It's incredible when you look back, isn't it? And I was just reading about the Brahman cattle too. They originally came out here approximately 1833, but it wasn't until 1950 and about 54 when the association or the society was formed in Rockhampton, the Australian Brahman Breeders Association. And in fact, a lot of those cattle went to the Northern Territory and they were totally lost in, in the environment when they first came out in 1833.
I can believe that.
So what a wonderful sight. Isn't that a great sight? And the Commissioner of Police of New South Wales must be a very proud man tonight too, having that magnificent mounted police who are here for the official opening.
They've been wonderful, the mounted police here. We've had them in their judging classes. We've had 2 musical rides already. And of course they would have formed the Guard of Honour, or provide the escort for the collage, which didn't happen, but we had them here, all 22 of them. There was 20 troopers, and of course the 2 out in front, including their commanding officer, Inspector Kirsten McFadden.
And the thing that I just love about this magnificent spectacle is when you see those leading the miniature ponies and the Shetlands, they're always wearing those beautiful yellow coats. It's one of the only royal shows in Australia that do that, and they look so smart, don't they? And the cattle exhibit is the same. And of course, the ridden Clydesdales, Mr. Barker, have a look at this. Isn't that great sight?
Aren't they?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is so special. And Nikki Eriks is our judge, and the Eric family have been very much part of Clydesdale breeding in Australia for so many years. And what a great sight that is. The Gentle Giants.
We're normally used to seeing them in heavy vehicles. We don't usually see them under saddle. But they're very athletic, and they can really move. And they can jump too.
And the girls and boys that are here tonight to watch this spectacle, that breed just leaving the arena, that's the breed that built our nation. That's the magnificent Clydesdale.
Without a doubt. We wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for the big Clydie.
And don't they look superb in Parks? Graham Parker, the magnificent show jumping, $60,000 in prize money this year.
That's for one division.
That's unbelievable, isn't
That's for one division. The Group A Section 1 and a group of show jumping enthusiasts and the RAS have got together to guarantee that we can gain points for our riders to give them qualifications to go overseas and compete.
And the best of the best, we've had Chris Chugg and we have Vicky Roycroft and people coming back to watch it all. The young guns are all here too, Tom McDermott. And what just a spectacle it is, the show jumping.
Angus, if we look out there, there's a horse about to go off, just walking past that white pole, and you'll notice it's got a green disc on the side of its bridle. And that's an indication to other exhibitors that that horse is a stallion. Compulsory now for stallions to have an identification on either their bridle or the saddle cloth, somewhere on them, so that people are aware that they are a stallion.
And Graham, they come from Victoria, New South Wales,
all over
the ACT,
Western Australia,
Queensland,
South Australia,
every state virtually represented, isn't there? And not forgetting Tassie and the territories and the ACT too. You really do Australia proud. And out there, the continuation of that magnificent lineup of Australian stock horses and also our camp drafting competitors and those in the rodeo. And what's coming up next, Mr. Barker?
The rodeo.
Rodeo.
And the third exciting round, Australia versus New Zealand. The Aussies versus the Kiwis.
And you know, girls and boys, mums and dads, you'll see some wonderful gentlemen out there that are wearing the green raincoats. And don't they do the Sydney Royalists are so proud each year too. And
they're our green coats.
Our green coat mounted stewards. And they've come from, in fact, Graham, they're invited, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Angus, have a look at the little fellas coming out here with the little riders on board. Now, they would be miniatures,
Yes.
I think, or very, very small Shetlands, one or the other. Probably small Shetlands.
I tell you what, you really are simply the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can see, it's amazing how we get the Grand Parade on, how we get the Grand Parade off, and how it all moves around on the oval. It really is something very special. And that's something that's just evolved over time.
And Bucks, we'd like to congratulate, ladies and gentlemen, and salute the green coat mounted stewards that look after everyone's needs. Mr. Bob Drew Graham from Tamworth, and then we also have,
Cliff Parker.
and he lives near Maitland. We also say congratulations to Mr. Tom Steger from Queensland.
Oh, where's that? Clint Parker from Merriwa.
And Adam Rowland. Adam's from Tamworth in New South Wales.
Steve Myhill, and this is his first year, so we do extend
Right.
a warm welcome to Steve.
And also Steve Wells from Queensland, from Gundawindi, his first year too.
Yeah, and one of the green coat that is not on the horseback, but he does a wonderful job. We see him buzzing around the outside of the arena in a little golf buggy, and that is Peter Spackman.
Wonderful man.
So our grand parade is just about over. The first one for 2014, and it certainly was a wonderful grand parade.
You know what, Parks? All
What's
the
that?
camp drafting competitors are going, the radios, and our green coat mounted stewards out there all day. Mr. Bill Pickin down here, our ringmaster,
Yes,
just
still mounted.
still mounted.
Yes.
So why don't we ask the people here tonight to give them all a big round of applause now? Because,
Yeah.
come on, you won't worry anyone. Come on, folks.
No.
Come on, Australia. Put your hands together. And give them a big round of applause for the magnificent Sydney Royal Easter Show Grand Parade. And thank you to our wonderful stewards, the volunteers, the councillors, and all the stewards that come out here and act as, well, wonderful stewards and make sure everything's safe and sound, don't they?
Yeah.
And what a great sight this is, Bucks.
Our green coats. Now you watch, they'll form in behind our ringmaster, Mr. Bill Pickin. Well done, congratulations, Mr. Pickin, Councillor Pickin. A wonderful grand parade. You'll be very, very proud and very happy and very satisfied. We didn't have any problems at all, and that's always a good thing. You know, to mix animals up like that, it's a recipe for disaster if something goes wrong.
Well, Trev, if you'd like to bring up the music with this Simply the Best.